There, Instagram lovelies, welcome back. And hello there to you, my wonderful Insta lovelies. Welcome back to you too. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Hope this doesn't fall. No, there we go. Anyway, hello-de doty. I'm Donna Hoffman. They call me the interior design advocate. Hello-de doty. How does this stuff just come out of my mouth? I don't know. And it's just sugar-free tonic I'm drinking here. Nothing in there. Anyway, we were talking about mojitos. Maybe that's what got me a little loose. I don't know. Anyway, Donna Hoffman here. They call me the interior design advocate because I help as one of the country's leading design coaches. I help to erase the ugly room, get rid of the disappointing result. And I do that with all of my wonderful online courses, all about strategy, how to really stop leaving your home design to the powers that be, to the DIY design machine, because it'll eat you alive. You get into information overload, idea overwhelm, and then nothing good happens. And you get frustrated, and you're too beautiful and smart to be frustrated. I want you to live in a home that is as beautiful as you want it to be. There it is. All right, so today, like all Tuesdays, we stop what we're doing here at our luxury design company, and we come out here, I teach a lesson on something, and then I take your questions about that lesson as well. And I love talking to you and seeing who's here and giving you shout outs and so forth. So today, in honor of the holidays that are already upon us, right? We already had Thanksgiving. Oh gosh, and I hope your Thanksgiving was great. Let me just straighten up my jacket. It's doing some weird stuff here. Had a little emergency before we started. Hope your Thanksgiving was terrific. Hope you ate as much gluten and dairy as you were allowed to eat. I cheated. I actually ate it. I'm not supposed to eat it. And we're getting ready for the Christmas holidays and the Hanukkah holidays and New Year's, and guests are going to be coming more and more and more, and sometimes drop-in guests. So you really want to make sure your home is looking great, feeling great to you, but also so that you feel proud and wonderful when your guests are arriving. So in a moment, I'm going to be asking you to type to me and tell me in the chat box, what are your big design challenges this time of year? One of my students told me that she just helped a girlfriend based upon the courses that I teach that she's taken. She helped a girlfriend with the perfect place to put her Christmas tree. Rhonda has been through all of my courses, including how to accessorize like a boss. So she knew exactly what to do. But anyway, I want to know what your design challenges are this time of year. But here are some things you can do to do some quick refreshing, easy design refreshing before guests come. And you know what? It's amazing how small but meaningful changes really open up a room, can help things start to breathe and feel just refreshed and beautiful for you. One of the first recommendations I have for you is going to sound kind of strange, but you would be amazed at what it does. If you just gut out a paint can, don't freak out yet, put on some good tunes. You can do this while the cookies are in the oven. Get out a paint can and just touch up your trim paint. Seriously, work neatly. You don't even have to throw down a drop cloth. I actually did this when I was baking a couple of holiday seasons ago. I just touched up my baseboards. I touched up some of my chair rail when it was where it was looking a little tired. Brilliantly big, polished, brightened difference in a room. You would be amazed. Also, repaint that front door if it's looking tired. By all means, a quick coat of paint. That's something great for the honey-do list, but you can do that too. I know you can. You're brilliant. That'll make a big difference. Also, you can think about, and you don't have to do all these ideas, it could be one or a couple of them. New entry rug outside the front door that's a welcome mat. If your welcome mat is looking meh, this is the time you definitely want to look at updating that and getting it fresh looking. Same thing for your foyer rug. Can you pop something new and fresh into the foyer? And if you don't have time to go out and buy something new, or you don't want to devote the budget to it, do you have something else in your home, maybe in a spare bedroom that could look great in your foyer? It's interesting, when I was in design school, a stager came in and talked to us, and she said that it's a well-accepted fact that when people walk into a home, walk through a threshold, the first thing they do is they actually drop their eye line to make sure they're not going to trip on what they're working on, what they're moving over. So people look down as they're coming into your home. So make sure it's fresh looking down there. Make sure that the welcome mat and your foyer rug looking really good. So those are some things that can be nice updates for you too. And then beyond that, You can also think about your powder room. That's where your guests are going to be. So update those hand towels. By all means, if you want to do a little accessory update in there, new little rug in there too. If you have a rug in your powder room, those little refresher points can make all the difference in the world. Trust me. And you can really reinvent a powder room with that sort of quick eye towards something wonderful. And in that powder room, you might want to step out with a great piece of artwork. Again, you might borrow something from somewhere else in the house or in your home, or make a quick trip to HomeSense or wherever and do a nice trio of something in the powder room. Another quick update that you can do is pillow update. First thing I'd want you to do is be brutal in looking at your existing pillows in your living room, in your family room. Do they look, and your master bedroom also, or in your guest room, do they look smushed? Do they look stained? Get rid of them. I was just over in HomeSense. We're redoing our design studio, and I wanted some black and white pillows. Really didn't want to spend a lot on them. Quick trip to HomeSense, bunch of black and white pillows, made it home. They're about like 20 bucks a pillow. So even if these aren't going to be your forever pillows, but you want to get some refreshing happening right now for guests to come, first evaluate what you have, remove anything that has condition that looks kind of smushed or tired or stained or just dated looking, and a quick trip out to a store near you, and you can really do some quick refreshing, easy refreshing. Pillows and throws, same thing. Evaluate your throws. If they look kind of tired, worn, if they have pulls in them, rips, get rid of them and replace with something. It'll just be a game changer for you. Another great refresher that I love to do when company is coming, I love adding fresh flowers. And I think it was our last Facebook Live, we talked about fresh flowers, but it doesn't have to just be in the usual locations. They don't have to be just, in the center of a dining table. You can do smaller arrangements on a coffee table, something small and low on your kitchen island, some forced bulbs, maybe on your living room coffee table, and something else on your family room table, something really small and low on the guest room nightstand, just to welcome a guest, something small and low in the guest bath or the powder room. You can even do a single bloom in a shot glass. You can be creative in your containers. Keep them small and low and compact. They cost less, but they still make a beautiful statement. In fact, last time we were together, I shared with you what I had done with some sunflowers. My guest flipped over these two low arrangements I had done, two small bowls of sunflowers. Total floral cost was $12.99. My sister-in-law said, looks like $1 million. Leave it to Donna. She always knows what to do to make it look like $1 million. And last week, remember when we talked about flower arranging, we said it's about the container. That's your secret weapon, okay? So anyway, get some flowers moved into some unexpected locations before guests come, and your home just feels wonderful. You can incorporate it into your holiday decor and just add a beautiful, fresh, bright note. And then something else I want you to think about doing if you want to do a quick refresher, if you got built-in bookcases, this is a great time. Put on some holiday music, empty out the case, go through it, edit out everything that you do not love, put back only those things that you do love, make room for some of your holiday decor as well, some greenery, and really give your built-in or your bookcases a wonderful lift, a wonderful little piece of new life. So again, it's not about doing all of these things. Pick one of them, pick a few of them, and you can really make a difference in refreshing your home before guests come. It's not about throwing out the baby with the bathwater. It's not about overspending. It's just about doing a couple of small changes that will really make you feel great and more proud in your home as well. Alrighty, so tell me, what's on your designing mind? What are your big challenges in design this time of year? I know that you're not thinking probably about big projects. This is usually the time of year where you're thinking, what your wish list is for next year. I'll ask you about that at another Facebook Live. What are you struggling with, if anything at all, in design that I can help you with right now as you're getting ready for guests to come? So let's see who's here. I'm getting all kinds of hellos and waves on Instagram. Hi, lovelies. And I'm getting hellos and waves here on Facebook as well. Missy is saying hi. Hello, my Missy. And Mary Lou is saying hi from snowy Massachusetts. Mary Lou, that storm hit you guys hard. Mary Lou's been hit hard in Massachusetts. It kind of scooched past us here in Philadelphia. It turned into more rain than anything else. Jen McKenna is saying hello. Hello there, Miss Jen. Joan is saying happy holiday season from California. Hey there, Joan. Send some warm, sunny weather our way. Jennifer's saying she loves decorating now and has also learned not to overdo thanks to my courses. Thank you, Jen. I'm so glad. Hello from Stone Mountain from Shelley. Joan is saying, I don't really entertain or have guests for the holidays, but would love to have some cozy holiday decor just for me. Hey, listen, I'm big on that one. I think you design and cook for yourself and you share it with your guests. I used to think you have to cook for your guests, but I learned when I did that, I made all these things that I didn't necessarily like that I thought they would like. Instead, I cook the things that I like and I do it with such love and grace and graciousness. My guests love it too. And that's how you design an authentically beautiful home. You use, hopefully, your design fingerprint. If you've already taken my course, the Decorating Genius System, that you create something authentically beautiful to you, and everyone who walks in just responds to it, even if it's not their design style. It's the same thing with your holiday decor. You're doing it for you. You're not doing it for your guests. And even these refreshers I'm telling you about, you're really doing it for you. Because if you follow me at all, chances are really good that you're a design sensitive, meaning you're sensitive to the way your environment feels. You're probably sensitive to some other currents in your life as well. You might be an HSP, you might be an empath, or you just might be artistically sensitive. And if you're sensitive to your surroundings, scent, sight, feeling, then how your environment looks and feels absolutely affects your frame of mind, the way you feel in your skin every single day. And that is why I stop everything I'm doing here at my design studio every Tuesday to come out and talk to you. Oh, speaking of coming out and talking to you, and I just got a question in from Wendy. Somebody on Instagram, I think it was last week or the week before, kept sending in a question and got really frustrated that I wasn't answering. The reason I didn't answer is I didn't see your question, because as you were sending your question in, a client on a very big project started texting Katie and needed her immediate eyeballs. So sorry, Insta, that's what happened. And I apologize. So if you were that person, send your question back in and just say it was me, and then send your question back in, whatever the topic was, and I will answer you. So there you go. All right, so Wendy is saying, how do you decorate a mantle without it looking fussy? Okay, Wendy, that's a great question. So I want you to think about fussy as being too much weight, okay? Accessories, and I go into this, I posted a link for a free workshop I do about accessories and how to really improve a room stupendously with accessories, really polish it. And it's really important with accessorization to know that the way you guys are thinking about it is making your life harder. Accessories aren't a bunch of random items. They're actually movements of things, and there's actually strategy to the way you put it all together. I'm actually working on a new workshop on this right now for you for next year. And when you are looking at that mantle, when do you always start with an empty space? Whatever it is you're accessorizing, coffee table, mantle, bookcase, always start with an empty space and make sure that the rest of the room isn't a disaster around it. One of my students just sent me a beautiful picture of something she just restyled on her coffee table. I said, look, this is what I think of this so far. Good direction, but I need to see the whole, surrounding area and make sure the room's picked up and in good fluffed and puffed order. I have to do the same thing when I'm accessorizing a space. If it's a disaster in 3/4 of the space, you can't just do your mantle and have it come out looking great. So when you get the whole room kind of picked up and looking good, and then I want you to think about where do you need weight and where do you need rest. It's much more easily taught with a workshop. So I hope you'll actually go to that workshop where I'm teaching part of this concept. So I want you to think about less is more. Wendy, I want you to think about fewer well-sized items on a mantle are always better than a lot of itty-bitty items. Always. Itty-bitty items can look like clutter very quickly, but remember, how do you see your mantle? You see it from afar when you first walk into a room. So that's why having things with some dimensional heft, they're 10 inches tall, they're 12, they're 14, they're 16. Leaning artwork is always great. If you don't have a flat screen, you can do leaning and stacked artwork. It doesn't have to be hung, or one piece can be hung, something else can go in front of it. It can be a mirror with another piece of art in front of it. Holiday greens are always great to just kind of ground everything, but maybe you're not doing a holiday mantle. I don't know. So Wendy, hopefully that will help you. Be careful of, here are some don'ts on mantles. Don't do a ton of pictures. No one can see them. It looks like clutter. Get those onto side tables. Sideboards. Don't do anything that looks like it's going to fall off your mantle. Mantles are not really deep. So to get things that are tall, they can start to get kind of fat, right? So in other words, the bigger something gets, the wider it gets. Be careful, Wendy, that you're not selecting things that look like they could just topple off your mantle. Okay, so hopefully those are, you know, the beginnings of some good ideas for Wendy. Let me see if I've got a Facebook question. Got another one in from Insta. Got some hearts and love on that one. That's good. Thank you for the hearts and love. Missy is saying, I need to check over all of those areas of my house soon. Thank you. Good. I'm glad. Joan is saying it's actually cold and rainy out in California. I guess we sent our weather to you, Joan. Sorry about that. Cherry is saying, good tips, Donna. Thank you, Cherry. Glad they're good for you. Kim is saying, traveling Christmas week, but still want to get into the holiday spirit. Looking to scale down and create just a few spots with joyful decor. I think that's a great idea. And this way, when you get home, not a ton to clean up, but at least you can get into the season. Okay, so no questions there. Oh, Joan wants to know, Joan is saying that she loves the tips about pillows and the entryway. Joan, I'm so glad. Here's a question that came in on Insta. Won't be home for Christmas. This is from JHGRE1. Hello, JHGRE1. Saying, I won't be home for Christmas, going on a trip. What can I do to add a little spirit without going all out, i.e. no tree? What can you do to add a little bit of spirit without going all out? Well, if you're going away, you don't really want to do a lot in the way of fresh greens, right? But here's what you could do. You could do some forced bulbs or plants because they will be alive when, well, not plants, forced bulbs. If you're going to be away for about a week, as long as they have a good, nice watering before you go, they'll still be looking great, you know, once you get back. And you also can look at doing a little artificial greens. This way, when you get back, you don't have, you know, the lots of death and dying to clean up. And I would be really select in where you're doing it. You know, maybe just contain it to your kitchen and family room or your kitchen great room, and maybe a little something in your foyer, and that's it. And don't go, you know, all out all over your home. If you're a clutter nut like I am, decorating every last nook and cranny of your home for any holiday could make it a little loopy. I remember when our children were young, I would really go all out, you know, for just about any holiday. And as soon as any holiday decorations were up, I'm talking, you know, Valentine's Day and, you know, Halloween, like any holiday, as soon as everything was up, I thought, oh, somebody open a window. I can't breathe. It's really cluttered feeling in here. So I'm definitely into the less is more. But when you're going away, I'm just thinking about what a drag it is to come home after the holidays and you've got to get back into your life. So GHG1, I'd say contain it to a couple of spaces so the cleanup effort isn't terrible. Okay, so hopefully that's good. Okay, this is coming from Home Decor Life Love. I love that handle on Insta. She's saying, hi, Donna, love you. Well, I love you back, Home Decor Life Love. Thank you. Love you. How do you avoid getting overwhelmed with Christmas decorating when it's only for 1 month? How do you avoid getting overwhelmed with Christmas decorating when it's only for 1 month? Katie, do I come clean? Katie's saying, clean about what? What secrets are you divulging? All right, so here's the story. With holiday decorating, with holiday anything, I started to talk about this earlier with design. You need to please yourself, and by doing that, you serve your family, right? They say that on the airplane, like you put that air mask on yourself first, and then you can serve everyone else around you. I would do what you feel looks beautiful to you and will feed your spirit and your soul this time of year. Maybe you're an all-out girl. Maybe you like to decorate every single nook and cranny, every collection you have. You love to put it all out. And if that gives you joy, then do it a little bit at a time, right? But if doing that all-out effort just doesn't make you thrilled and happy, don't do it. Do less. Please yourself. Do it beautifully. And definitely break it up. And what I would suggest is doing your favorite pieces of the decorating first. Get that done. And work your way through your home a little more slowly. It's when you try to wash a 2-ton elephant all at once in design, or in life, it gets very overwhelming. The way you really wash a 2-ton elephant is 1 inch at a time. So get your greens out if you like to do Christmas decorating, and greenery is a big piece for you because you know that will make a big impact. Get that out. And definitely be more restrained I think restraint is good. And elicit help. Kids, those are really good. Kids, grandkids, neighbors' kids. If you need to rent some kids, get some people helping you. The spouse, the honey-do list, get him helping you. I will tell you that I kind of celebrate all the holidays because my girlfriends are, many of them, most of them are Christian. I'm in a minority. I'm a Jewish woman, but I love decorating for all holidays, and I help my clients where we're putting your tree and ornament colors and so forth. So when I said to Katie, should I come clean about how to not get overwhelmed with Christmas decorating? I don't decorate my home for Christmas, but I decorate other people's homes for Christmas to help them stop from being terribly overwhelmed. So that's what I was kind of teasing about, saying, should I come clean? And I will tell you that I remember when I was in my early 20s, I visited one of my very best friends out in St. Louis. That's where she was living at the time. And it was the first time I got to decorate a Christmas tree. I didn't know how hard it was to do. I don't know how hard it was to get it in the stand, to get it to stand up straight. So this tree was leaning. It was like 1 in the morning, and Anne-Marie couldn't get the tree to stand up straight. I said, oh, it's fine, let it lean. And then when it came to the tinsel, she was very strict. It had to be very few pieces of tinsel on at a time. And I was tired. It was 1 in the morning. We've been out shopping and doing cooking and all kinds of stuff for the party we were doing. And I was just putting blobs of tinsel on this tree. And I thought, I'm going to go to hell. And God is going to say, why did you go so heavily on that? You weren't respectful of the amount of tinsel Anne-Marie wanted you to put on the tree. She was doing like the 1 piece at a time thing. And I was getting a little slap happy. So the tree was leaning. We had the blobs of tinsel on the tree. My tree decorating technique has come a long way since then. So there you go. Okay, guys, any other decorating questions while I'm getting myself in trouble with all these tomfoolery stories I'm telling you? Kate is saying that she loves the idea of forced bulbs. I have a dozen amaryllis bulbs in the foyer. Yes. And I'll tell you what, if you're forcing bulbs, be creative with those containers. I mean, bulbs in a soup tureen. Bulbs in any sort of footed container. If your farmhouse, bulbs in something, wicker, bulbs in some sort of like a really cool tin pail or some sort of tin something or other. It doesn't have to, think outside the box in terms of the containers that you put things in, but forced bulbs are the bomb. And then you just put, moss over the top of them while you're waiting for them to turn into something beautiful. And it's great looking, easy peasy. Elaine is saying I'm losing my tree because I have too many guests during Christmas. Oh boy. Instead, I'm using my vast collection of Department 56 Snow Village. What do you think? I love that idea. That is a beautiful idea. Love that idea. Very beautiful. I have another funny Christmas decorating story I could tell you from when I was on air at QVC. Do I have time for a quick story? All right. So I think a lot of you know that 100 years ago, I was an on-air host at QVC. Great experience. Really, small lily pad time in my life, about 5 years. But anyway, so I was a fairly young host there, and I had to do a Christmas show. And I just shared with you, I'm a Jewish woman. So I thought, oh my gosh, I don't have a million stories to share with people about, back in what I did, when I was a kid on Christmas morning, or what happened when Aunt Lil came over, because I didn't have Christmas stories. So, and I didn't know I had a Christmas show until very shortly before my going on air. Something happened with the product I was supposed to sell. We had to switch out the show. It's Donna, quick, you've got a Christmas show. And I flipped. So I was looking at everything, and there was a beautiful creche scene. And I didn't really know what you did with the creche scene, with the figurines. And in the Jewish religion, if you drop a prayer book when you're in synagogue praying, you're supposed to kiss it before you, when you pick it back up, because you've technically dropped something holy on the floor. And I thought, wow, the creche scene, that's holy. And, baby Jesus, he's holy. And maybe you're not supposed to put that on the floor, because the first thing I thought of was, I bet this would look really, really good underneath a Christmas tree. But then I thought, maybe I get in trouble for suggesting that. So I asked one of the hosts, this very experienced male host, and with a perfectly straight face, he said, oh, what you do with the creche? My mother does this every year. Everybody knows this. This is back in the day before flat screens were the thing. People had actual television sets. He said, you just put the creche scene on top of your television set. I said, that's really where it goes? He said, absolutely. Looks great. I said, this is really what people do with creches. He said, yes, it's every Christian home. You have a creche scene, you put it on top of your TV set. Okay, I don't get it, but okay. So there I am on air, and I'm bringing up this next item. I have my total QVC mojo game on, and the QVC voice, and talk about this lovely crush set, and I'm sweating bullets. I'm in a flop sweat because I'm really nervous. I'm going to misstate something about it. And I'm talking about the beautiful workmanship and the colors and where it was made, and then I get to, and you know where this would look really beautiful? This would look beautiful on top of your television set. And with that, QVC hosts, like news anchors, they wear an IFB, an earpiece, so they can hear their producer. As soon as I said that, I heard all this laughter erupt up in the control room. And I looked at the camera and I saw that this male host plus another guy host, they were doubled over laughing because they had set me up to say this goofy thing. And as soon as I heard all that laughter, I then added, or maybe not, maybe you don't want to put it there. So now to this day, when I see a beautiful crush scene, beautifully set up for the holidays, I think about being set up on air by one of my QVC buddies who shall remain nameless right now. Anyway, there it is. That's my last holiday decorating disaster story for you. Well, my lovelies, I don't see more questions coming in. So I am guessing that that's it. So let's see, what am I getting? I'm getting more hellos. I'm getting that Kim loved my story. Dina saying, OMG, I knew I recognized you from somewhere. That's it. That's where you recognized me from. Yes. And then no other questions. Getting laughing from my goofy story. There it is. Everybody's got to feel like a goofball at some point in their office or home or work life. It's just horrifying when it happens on camera, but there it is. All right, listen, lovelies, have fun getting your home ready for the holidays. I'm glad we were able to, for holiday guests and for the holidays, we kind of morphed our topic a little bit, but that's the joy of being out here with you. Next week, we're going to be talking about quick facelift ideas for your kitchen before the guests come, because let's face it, no matter what you do, everybody congregates in the kitchen. So we'll be talking about some quick facelifting ideas to spruce and fluff and puff for the holiday guests that will be coming for the next couple of weeks. All right, lovelies, I'll see you next week, 4 p.m. Tuesday, this channel, this time. All right, bye guys, see you later.